was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in old conversations. Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong.
Hi guys, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Obviously, based on the title, I've been in a little bit of a slump lately. I feel like maybe in my last video it was a little bit apparent that I might be feeling a little bit of a slump or a funk, and I don't really know exactly what's causing it. I feel like one of the first steps is to figure out like why you're in a slump and what's causing these feelings and emotions. I think it's a combination of a few things. One being just the state of the world right now is a little bit of a bummer and can bring you down and make you feel a certain type of way. I think mentally I've just been struggling a little bit, which is weird because I made the decision to go part-time to help with my mental health, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be like an immediate quick fix, or that just because I'm part-time I'm not gonna feel sad ever or be able to like have low mental days. I think equally a part of that is the weather and just being in the thick of winter, especially where I am. I live in Pennsylvania. It is cold. We've been having a pretty mild winter until recently, I would say, and it's still not even that bad. It's not really snowy. It's just it's been really cold, and I don't do well in the cold. I don't do well when it's super gloomy and gray. Like I said, we've been having a pretty decent winter where I felt like we would see the sun a decent amount and it wasn't that cold. It wasn't snowing very much, but you know, we've gotten into that time of the year where it's just not ideal for someone like me. And then on top of that, I've also been sick for the past like 2 weeks, and I don't know what I have. I don't know why it's like lingering either. Again, I don't feel like generally bad. I felt kind of bad for like a few days. I had a really sore throat. It's just been lingering for a little too long. And even like no matter what, when you're sick, it just takes a lot of energy out of you. It takes, it makes you not feel like wanting to do anything. It affects like your movement and your mental health even, which is already struggling. So the combination of a bunch of things, I think, was hitting me all at the same time and causing me to just feel down. And I'm someone who has struggled with depression in my past and has struggled with my mental health quite frequently, where when things like this happen, I tend to go really low. I feel like there's different types of people, like my husband, for example. He sometimes doesn't totally understand the feelings that I'm feeling, and I get it because he was lucky and didn't ever really truly go through anything that affected him and his mental health in a way like myself. So I think sometimes when I get into these, low points in my life, I go like extra low just because of who I am, everything I've been through. And you would think maybe at this point I would know how to kind of combat some of these things, but it's just who I am. It's just my nature. And I know that I just have to kind of get through it. It will end, and I will be myself again. It's just sometimes you have to let yourself feel those feelings and get through it. So today we're doing a video on getting out of a slump, which I know has been done 1,000 times, but you know what? It works. Doing a video like this, like, it isn't for the video really, it's for my actual self, and by doing the things that I have planned and listed to get out of a slump, it actually will help me get out of a slump. So I'm really doing this for myself. Something that I struggle with too when I'm in these slumps is things going on in the world are things that I can't control. So sometimes I stress or get anxious about things that I genuinely have no control over, and my husband is the voice of reason sometimes when it comes to these sort of things, because he'll remind me like, you can't do anything about that. You can't do anything right now to change certain things about your situation or about the world or about life. So why are you focusing so much on them? And sometimes you just need that reminder to just focus on the things that you can control. Focus on, little things around your environment that you can change. Focus on small things that you can do to make your life a little bit better and do things that you enjoy doing that are going to make you happy. So the first thing that we're going to do is something that I can control, is tidy up my space a little bit. I'm going to do a load of laundry, a little bit of vacuuming, clean up my space here, make the bed, like make yourself feel in like a nice space. So we're gonna do that first. And then the next step, and I'm a little nervous about it, is switching up your routine a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is go to a small little local cafe and sit and do some work there. Get maybe a breakfast sandwich, or they have smoothies. So I wanna get maybe a smoothie and just sit there and do some work, which is very out of my comfort zone. Like, I'm excited to go. It's just something that gives me a little bit of anxiety for some reason. Like, I don't like doing new things. I don't like going new places. I don't like ordering food at a place that I've never ordered before, because then I feel like I'm gonna mess it up. I don't know. It's all those little things that cause me like anxiety. But I know once I do it, I'll be happy that I did. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get out of our comfort zone. We're gonna switch up our routine. We're not gonna sit in the house all day. I feel like I tend to do the same thing every day, even on my days off. Like, today's one of my days off from work. It's so nice to have these days off, but I tend to do the same thing every day. I barely leave the house. I maybe leave the house to go to the gym, and that's it. So we're gonna get out today. We're gonna do something different. We're gonna switch up the environment. We're gonna try something new, and we're gonna see how it goes. So I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm excited. But first things first, we're gonna clean a little bit, get our space nice and tidy before we head out. I just left the little cafe. It was so peaceful. I don't know why I was so nervous to go. Well, I do know why, but I'm glad that I went because it was so nice and peaceful, and the girl at the counter was so nice because I walked in and she basically was like, "Oh, what do you want?" And I was like, "Well, I've never been here before, so I don't know." And she like kind of explained some of the stuff and like what they had, and it was really good. So I got a bacon, egg, and cheese on a croissant, and then a smoothie, and it was like banana, peanut butter, and chocolate or something like that. It was so good. I will definitely be going back. Probably not super often, or if I go, I won't get like food and a drink because it was pretty expensive. So it'll be a nice like treat to go every now and then and like get something, or maybe try like a coffee, see how much that is. That was super nice, and I got like a good amount of work done actually. I mean, probably the same amount as if I would have been home doing that at my desk, but it's still nice to do it outside. It is weird editing like a YouTube video when you're in public because it's very awkward editing a video of yourself, but I did a lot of the clips of me doing stuff versus me like talking to the camera, so I edited a lot of that. So I got down a lot of footage, which was nice. I probably stayed there for like an hour and a half. So next on my list of things to do is do something that I enjoy, something that brings me joy, which for me is shopping. So I'm at the mall right now. I'm only planning on going to Old Navy because our mall is not great. Like, it's not awesome. So the only store in here that I really want to go into is Old Navy, and I'm looking for those jeans with the little like daisies. Not daisies. Are they daisies? I don't know. They have little flowers on them, like embroidered, and they're really cute. I'd like to just try them on. I struggle with jeans. One, I don't like jeans because I don't think they're very comfortable at all, and two, they never really look good on me, and I'm still like a millennial at heart. Like I like skinny jeans, but they're just not in at all. So I don't know. We're gonna see how they look, but that's what I'm on the search for, and just kind of maybe anything else. I've been liking Old Navy lately. I used to hate Old Navy, but they're okay now. I'm trying still, like, even though I want to spend money, I'm trying not to overspend or do anything crazy. I think I might try to go to Aldi though as well. I don't know, I haven't mentioned this on here, but I did a TikTok about it. I was on the search for that new Alani flavor, the strawberry sunrise or something, and some Aldis accidentally put it out early, but it was released yesterday on Alani's website, so I'm gonna go to Aldi to see if they have it now that it's like released. My Aldi's kind of lame, like I don't know if they'll have it, but I'm gonna go anyway. Just kind of getting out, doing some other things, shopping, which I like, spending money, which I like, apparently. Unfortunately, I like to do. I don't think I'll go anywhere else. I've been like I haven't really been in like a shopping mood, which is good, and I do a lot of shopping online anyway. But let's go into Old Navy. I want to see if they have those jeans. Okay. Shopping trip was successful. I did spend some money, only $104. So I actually don't think that that's too bad. It could have been worse. Let's do a haul. I did end up getting those jeans with like the pink roses, flowers on them. I ended up liking these more than the white ones with the flowers, the ones with the white flowers, which is interesting because that's what I went for. But these ones were so much cuter, actually, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. I was gonna get both, but then I was like, I don't know. I'm not a jean person, first of all. And second of all, the other ones were just like a little more uncomfortable, and like I felt like the legs were wider, which I'm still not comfortable with like loose jeans, as I mentioned. And then I did get 2 colors of this like just ribbed short sleeve top. I really like the brown one, actually. And then the last thing I got, which was the most expensive, was this like green sweater. This was like the one thing like I was contemplating the longest if I wanted to get this or not, but it does match the jeans. So then I was like, okay, I could get a whole outfit today and get the jeans plus the sweater. And then I was like, okay, we're going out to dinner for Valentine's Day on Friday or Saturday, and like I could have a cute new outfit. So I did end up getting the green sweater, which was like $45. So I was like, and I didn't know if it was on sale or not. You know how like at Old Navy, like half the time things are on sale. So I was like, okay, I'll take it up there and see if it's on sale. If it's not, maybe I don't get it. No, it was not on sale, but I still ended up getting it because at the then like once I get to the front and like she's scanning things, it's too late for me to be like, oh, you know what? Like I can't do that. I can't be like, you know what? Oh, take it off. I don't want that anymore. But yeah, honestly, I'm really happy with that. Again, I haven't bought clothes in a long time. 1, I'm proud of myself for not having bought clothes, and 2, like I feel like I do need to allow myself to buy clothes every now and then, especially when I struggle sometimes with my body image, or like you're in a slump mentally, physically, emotionally. Sometimes it's nice to get yourself a nice new outfit, a cute new outfit, feel better about yourself. $100, not awful. Like I was expecting maybe to spend more, because sometimes I go in those stores and then I start picking up every single color shirt. If I like it, I'm gonna get it in another color. Sometimes I do that, and then then I'm at like $200. So I'm not upset. Now I am gonna go to Aldi, I think, really quick to see if they have that Alani flavor. I can't wait to tell you guys this story. So I went to the Aldi, right? They had 1 case in that specialty aisle, 1 box, and it was empty. And I was like, no, I missed it. Like they probably put it out this morning and it's gone. It's gone. So I kind of stood there for a little bit and just like stared at it, and I got some clips of like the box for like, I was gonna do a short form video and like some clips for this. And then all of a sudden this lady's like coming up with her cart next to me, and I kind of like scooch out of the way, and she's putting some of them back into the box. And I was like, she saw me like videoing the box, so I was like, oh, are you not gonna get those? And she's like, no, I thought my granddaughter would want them, but she said don't get them all until I've tried the flavor. And I was like, okay. I was like, oh, wow, well, thank you. And I was like, this works out great for me. And she's like, yeah, I don't know how old your granddaughter is, but girl, doesn't matter if you like it or not. You don't know if you're never going to find this flavor again. So I took the last 3. The 3 that she put back, I took. So I'm so happy about that. I was like, never do I have good luck like that. Like, oh my God, what a good day. Doesn't matter if the rest of the day is bad. That alone got me out of my slump because I needed that. That was a win. Next on the list for things to do to get out of a slump is get some movement in. And I haven't been I've actually been getting a lot of movement in, more so this last like month and a half than I have like all of last year. So I'm not lacking in that area, but I know that I just need to keep going and doing it. And if I'm like in a slump and I start being like, oh, I'm not gonna work out, I'm not gonna get in any movement, it'll just get worse. But if I go and I continue to get in some movement, even if it's not perfect, even if it's not the best workout ever, it's movement and it's, you know, you're getting your body moving, you're taking care of yourself. Also, I just signed up for a new gym. It's the same one my husband now goes to. He signed up for one at the beginning of the year with his friends. And the only reason I decided that I wanted to join this gym was because it seems like it's gonna be empty in there at this time. It's 1:45 right now. And also you just get this little key fob and you can go in literally whenever you want. So it is open 24/7, and it's only $30 a month, which have been doing Planet Fitness, which is $10 a month. I still haven't gone during the daytime. The other day I went, it was like 5, I think I went at like 5 o'clock, and it was busy, but then by like 5:45 it wasn't. So I'm hoping like nobody's going at 1:45 in the afternoon, but I mean, it's probably gonna be a couple like older gentlemen is my guess. I figured I would give it a try, and then also like if me and my husband want to go together, we can, and it'll be a little more motivating to go with him versus going to Planet Fitness by myself. Yeah, I almost had a panic attack actually. I went for the first time to this gym on Tuesday, and I actually thought I was like having a panic attack because I don't like new things, I don't like new places. I just felt overwhelmed in there because my husband, every time he's like, oh, it's not that busy, like there's never anybody there. And of course, when I went at 5, it was so busy, and I was like, I just feel like I couldn't even use the things that I wanted to use. And also me being new, I know what I'm doing, like I know proper form for exercises, and I know certain exercises, like I know how to do things properly, but I still don't like when people like are watching me and judging me a little bit. So I felt uncomfortable. But then, like I said, by like 5:45, I just like went up, and cardio's on the second floor. I just went up and did like incline walk for a little bit until it kind of cleared out, and then I felt more comfortable. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? Why did I sign up for this gym when I had just started feeling comfortable at Planet Fitness? Needless to say, back to the moral of the story. Something that's gonna help me get out of my slump is continuing to move my body, take care of myself. It makes you feel better, it makes you feel stronger, gets that serotonin, dopamine, whatever it is that gets released when you exercise, and you just feel stronger. And honestly, this year, one of my main goals is to really focus on my health because I'd been neglecting it for so long. No matter what, just going is gonna be beneficial for me. So I'm gonna go inside before I keep talking forever and ever. And today's a leg day. I'm not thrilled about that. Again, I'm gonna stop procrastinating and I'm gonna go inside. Made it home from the gym. I was there probably about an hour, which is typically how long I'm at the gym. Like, I don't like to be there much longer than that. Much better experience this time, which is what I kind of figured. I think I just went at a bad time. Like 5 o'clock is not a good time to go to the gym ever because that's when like most people get out of work. There was maybe like 3 or 4 other people there. The only reason I was a little nervous at first when I walked in is it's a very like manly gym, if that makes sense. It's definitely more for men and people who like lift heavy. So I was the only girl in there. Sorry, I'm trying to somehow get the lighting to not be crazy. I was the only girl with like a bunch of like really muscular dudes. So that's where I was a little intimidated, but like there was only like 3 or 4 people, so it wasn't that bad. And then there was another girl there towards the end. I feel much better about the whole situation now. My next step on the agenda for today, focusing on self-care. So I'm gonna hop in the shower, take a little body shower. I washed my hair yesterday, so I'm not gonna wash my hair again today. Then I'm gonna do some skincare. My skincare is not anything exciting. I've been trying my best to keep up with it at least a little bit because I have pretty bad skin, I would say, for someone like my age, and it's frustrating. So I'm gonna do some skincare, make myself a nice healthy snack, and then I'm gonna read for a little bit because I feel like, to me, reading is self-care. I love reading, especially this last year and this year, because I have so much more time. Like, I've been enjoying reading so much more. So I feel like it's important to make time for hobbies that you enjoy when you're trying to get out of a slump. And especially reading, I feel like reading is such a good hobby to have. Takes your mind off of things and like puts you in this whole other little bubble of like a whole different story. Personally, I like thrillers. So they're not necessarily sometimes cutesy, like fun books. They're usually about murder. Anyway, I'll do a little book update while I'm talking about books. I just finished A Killing Cold yesterday. I finished this last night. I did like this, actually. I think I would give this a 3.75. I liked this more than What Lies in the Woods, which is also by the same author. And I had just read that right before this book. My only complaint, and it has nothing to do with like this book on its own. I feel like it's maybe that I read them back to back, but they were very similar premise where the main character had like some kind of trauma or accident and doesn't remember certain things and is trying to figure out some memories from her past. I did like this one better. That's what I'll say about that. The next book that I'm moving on to is The Girl Who Was Taken by Charlie Donlea. And this is on my Kindle. This is a book that I'm renting from Libby. Honestly, what I'm kind of trying to do right now is go back and forth between reading like one of my physical books and then one book from Libby. Only because I actually really like reading on my Kindle. And I feel like it goes by really fast and it's really nice to just hold this like lightweight Kindle versus like a book. So I'm going off track. Like I wasn't supposed to read this book next. I wasn't feeling it. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. So I'm switching it up. I'm going to read this book instead. Obviously it's hard when you use Libby because a lot of the books that you want to read, other people want to read, and then you're always in line for a book. I feel like I have a good space now where like I have a couple that are ready in like 6 to 10 weeks, and then I have some that are like 10 to 16 weeks. So I have a good range of books that are going to be ready. Let me know if you've read either of these books. Let me know your thoughts. I always love to hear other people's thoughts. Books are very subjective. Subjective. Whatever. Everyone has their own opinions on books, and it is always interesting to me to hear other people's opinions because so many people really liked What Lies in the Woods, and I didn't really like that book. But then, like, you know, I like certain books, and people don't like those books. So there's always gonna be people who have feelings about certain books. So I find it very interesting. So anyway, that's the plan for the next probably about 2 hours. My husband's done at work at 5, so I usually try to like be done with certain things by then so that we can hang out and spend time together because we don't get to spend like a ton of time together. I'm gonna shower, do some skincare, make a nice healthy snack. I want to do my apple with peanut butter and cinnamon. It's so good. Probably have like a little protein shake and then sit down, relax, and read for a little bit. So that is what we're gonna do.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in old conversations. Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck. I kept on playing my part, wanting to give up cause nothing was changing. But with you it's so clear, and now that you're here I see colors in every spectrum. Guess I finally learned my lesson. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me want to.
Alright guys, so we reached the end of the day. I spent the evening hanging out with my husband, watching our TV shows. That's one of my favorite times of the day, is when we get to come together, talk about our days, catch up, which I know it's funny, like we catch up. We see each other every day, but he's my best friend and we share everything with each other, so getting to see him at the end of the day makes everything so much better because he's always very positive. He supports me and listens to me when I yap on and on about my day. That's always something that definitely helps when I'm like in a slump or feeling sad or even just like having a bad day, is talking to loved ones. Specifically for me, that's my husband. Sometimes I like to call my mom, talk to her, just spending time with people, you know, getting off your phone, getting off of social media, talking to someone. It's always a good thing. You never feel like bad after. So I did that, and then I came up here. I journaled a little bit. If you saw, I used the Amanda Rachley bullet journals, so it is pretty much filled out. There's sections where you can like add what you want to it and make certain spreads that you want, so I try to fill it out every day. I don't always remember, but in the weekly spreads I will typically write either highlight of my day, because I've been trying to use it as more of like a full-on like bullet journal and just a regular journal, but I'm not someone who can just sit and like write and journal. What I've been trying to do is just implement like basically like a one line a day, where on the weekly spreads I just write every single day like one thing from that day that was good or made me happy or that I'm grateful for. That seems to, I mean, that always makes me feel better, writing about the things that I am happy about, and that, you know, things that remind you like there are good things going on, even when it feels like there's things that you can't control or that things that aren't going well for you. There are always things that are going well, and even if it's just the fact that you woke up today, like that is a good thing in itself. Like there are good things in every day. Sometimes you just have to remind yourself of those little things. So thank you guys for spending the day with me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope maybe if you're going through something similar, if you're feeling sad, if you're in a slump, or if you're in a funk, maybe try one of these things that I did today to make yourself feel a little bit better. Do something to get out of your comfort zone. Do something that you know is gonna make you happy. Do a hobby that you know is going to make you happy. I also just want to end this by being a little bit realistic with you guys and just remind you too that just because I did all of these things in this video doesn't mean like poof, I'm fixed, I'm out of my slump, I don't feel sad anymore, I don't feel overwhelmed or anxious about anything. Like that's definitely not the case. This day definitely helped me, and I was actually kind of surprised by how much better I did feel after today. But it's not just like an instant fix of feeling better. Like if you do these things, you're gonna feel better. It's gonna take time. It's just gonna take energy. It's gonna take putting in some effort, figuring out like what exactly is causing you to be in this slump, how you can work your way out of it. And sometimes it actually takes getting help from other people, getting help from someone that is a professional. It's not always just have a good day and it'll all be better. Like that's not the case. And honestly, I can't have one of these days every week because I spent so much money today anyway. Like not everyone can just like go out to cafes all the time or go shopping all the time. Like those aren't normal things for me. This was just something that I did today. Like I can't do that every single time I'm in a slump. I need to figure out other ways that are more long-term solutions to when I get into these situations. You know, tomorrow, what am I gonna do tomorrow that's gonna help me continue to feel better, be in a better mood, and not continue into this slump. I just want to end that with you guys, like being realistic. I know sometimes on some of these videos and influencers and content creators, it's like, oh, now everything's great and everything's perfect. It just might be different for you versus me versus some of these other influencers and people posting about getting out of a slump. It's gonna look different for everyone. Just know that 1, you're not alone, and 2, there are small things that you can do to make yourself feel better. You might have to take some actionable steps to try and get out of this slump that you're in, but it is possible. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. I know that. You know, I've been in slumps before. I'll be in another slump again. Life ebbs and flows. It will get better. Anyway, I hope that this helped. I hope that you found some value in this video. I enjoyed making this video actually a lot. As always, thank you guys so much for watching my video. Like and subscribe. Comment down below something that you like to do when you're in a slump to get yourself feeling a little bit better. And I will see you guys soon in my next video.